Season 3 of dBOG Alternate Story has concluded. I'm a little late actually, but I sort of just planned this video quite quickly because I've been wanting to do this video for a while, which is sort of briefly going over the saga and trying to explain some decision making that went on from my part, being the storyteller and writer of the series. I want to explain some of the sort of ideas and just plot and everything that some people were confused about, or just an overview of the saga if you skipped some episodes, or just anything, which I don't recommend skipping any episodes because I get a lot of comments from people that are like, "Oh my god, please, this is so bad," and they go through criticisms that have already been like taken care of in other episodes and like, "Oh my god, you forgot this." I'm like, "No, I didn't." You didn't watch the whole series, or you didn't pay attention. So I just want to make this video for people that are excited for the Cell Saga, enjoyed the Frieza Saga. Maybe you didn't enjoy the Frieza Saga. Hopefully this opens your mind to it. So let's sort of begin. So the Saiyan Saga, an early Namek Saga, was about establishing the way the storytelling in the series would work. Rather than many small changes throughout the series, like lots of often but minor changes that won't really matter too much throughout the series, I'd prefer more impactful changes in the series. Episode 15 and 16 are me trying to speedrun the Namek story as fast as possible to get to the good, juicy stuff. You know, the parts where people like Ginyu Force and Frieza Saga. Nobody really cares about Zarbon, Dodorian, Kui, or anything. Because people are watching for an alternate story, and the thing that made the story so alternate, the whole new character being introduced into it, was not on Namek yet, due to, you know, storytelling reasons. So my plan was to rush through the Namek story to get to the good stuff. So that's what 15 and 16 were. It's just me trying to get through the whole Vegeta on Namek saga, sort of killing everybody and stealing the Dragon Balls and everything. Just important stuff for the plot and the story, but not as exciting stuff, I guess you could say. Episode 17 is about establishing the power of Goku and Bobby and showing them being closer to each other than ever before. So closer as in their bond together is much stronger than it was maybe at the start. The goal was to make them look like badasses but still show lots of similarities between them to establish growth later on. So a big I'll go back to this a couple of times, but a big criticism the series has gotten is that the main character is just Goku Part 2. I understand that, but that was done on purpose, and you all got debated. Whoever was criticizing the story for that, that was supposed to happen. I mean, not the criticism, but the personality traits. It was supposed to happen so that later on we can show growth with our characters. Because you don't want to just introduce a perfect character, then there'd be no character development. Episode 18 is a fun one because it takes an underrated saga and an underrated scene where Ginyu wants to bring out all of Goku's power because he wants to sort of see if it's worth a body change or not. And then he literally starts going crazy after Goku shows him the Kaioken. I love that scene. I love the music used for that scene in the original Falconer dub, or the Falconer music in the original English dub. So, I love the scene, man. The Captain Ginyu Saga, or the Ginyu Force Saga, is underrated. It's very important for the series. The Ginyu Force, behind all the goofy, flashy stuff, was a team of badass mercenaries that could literally kill anybody in the universe, basically. So, yeah, I just needed to... This scene was... Or this episode was fun for me to make. I just enjoyed it. I hope other people did too. It did get a little heat because someone at the end it was the power up was affecting the whole galaxy or whatever, or the whole solar, or what was it? It was the solar system or something, and it wasn't the galaxy. And people got so mad at that for some reason. They're like, "Oh my god, how is he at this level? How is Goku at that level? How does he go from what he was in the show to that?" And he really wasn't. It was more like hyperbole, just trying to I don't know if hyperbole is the right word. It was just sort of trying to make it sound cooler than it actually was, because it's Roblox and I can't do much. I can't do an outside space scene yet because space isn't in the game, so I had to, make it sound cool. The Ginyu Saga is about 3 episodes long and establishes important notes of the story: that Goku is out of commission, Bobby is able to fight and still offers the Z Fighters a chance, because remember, the Z Fighters are a little nerfed, and the what's it called? The enemies, the villains, are buffed just by magic. Magic Man. So the battle with Frieza will still have stakes, basically, even though there's an extra character. Episode 21 is where the battle with Frieza begins, and it starts with summoning Purunga. Sadly, the Dragon Balls weren't in the game yet, so I had to use a cutscene from Kakarot, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which kind of sucked, but I mean, the cutscene looked nice and all, so I don't mind it too much. This continues the story of Dragon Ball Z and shows how terrifying Frieza is as he continues to destroy our heroes and continues to transform to even higher power levels. Basically, I just needed to keep this the same because of how well the original story did. I still had different interactions between characters with Bobby being there, but if it's not broken, don't fix it, and I wanted to establish Bobby being a big part of this saga and a big part of this fight and a possible turning point. I also wanted to establish the arc of Bobby becoming less like Goku and more like Vegeta, where he's the only one who can understand some of his strange choices in the battle with Frieza and possibly hinting at certain scenes in the Cell Saga. By that I mean Vegeta makes a lot of questionable decisions, as we know, during many different sagas of Dragon Ball Z, but Bobby just sort of understands most of it, like, to an extent. Like, he's not fully behind it, but he understands. I had to make Vegeta look like a badass to give a reason to why Bobby admires him so much. If the fans can't admire Vegeta, which they can in their original, so I had to make sure they can in the story, if the fans can't, then why should another character? I had to make it make sense in that regard. There's that, and also the fact that he is a Saiyan that has retained the Saiyan way and never really hit his head and forgot it all. I mean, he traveled from Earth from being a baby, so he doesn't remember much of Planet Vegeta or anything. But I mean, this is sort of headcanon. I don't know why I'm saying headcanon. It's my series. Whatever I say is sort of just the way. But I haven't really figured out how I want it to be the way. I don't know what his origin story is, other than the mysterious man who has purple text and can mess with time. I wonder who that could be. Put him there. That's sort of where it is. But he never hit his head. He never forgot what he was like as a Saiyan. But his base power level was similar to Goku's, which meant he was weak. And that Master Roshi quite literally whipped him into shape. Master Roshi gives me a much tougher teacher vibe than Grandpa Gohan would. Grandpa Gohan would teach Goku as a grandson. Meanwhile, Master Roshi probably would have done it differently, which he did show in the original Dragon Ball, being harder on Goku, making him do harder stuff than Grandpa Gohan probably ever did. But that's sort of the logic that I'm going with here. So episode 22 shows the great battles between Gohan and Frieza and Piccolo and Frieza. Very underrated fights in the series as well, and needed an episode dedicated to them. I love the Gohan and Piccolo fights, man, so I mean the episodes needed to be there. They're the ones that fight second and third form Frieza as well, Gohan and Piccolo, that is. This all leads to episode 23, which begins Bobby versus Frieza. Frieza being built up by destroying the Z Fighters, being Gohan, Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta with all his forms, and Bobby being built up by not battling until 3 episodes later to show his true strength, which was displayed against Captain Ginyu. But I mean, that's against Captain Ginyu, he was, and it's a Zenkai as well since then, because of the Kaioken. He recovered during the while everyone else was battling Frieza, which was sort of Piccolo's plan. Piccolo knowing about the Saiyan's power and everything. And also the Zenkai from Frieza blasting him and Vegeta as well. That's another big Zenkai, so his power level was quite raised, so he was the trump card, basically. This continues the relationship, the rough relationship, I should say, of Vegeta and Bobby, and displays Bobby's more confident side as he shows more confidence in the battle with Frieza, or leading up to the battle with Frieza as well. And just during the battle with Frieza, I had a lot of fun with the subtitles and everything, because the fight actually went quite well, and it was fun. You know, it went well, so I made sure I had some fun with the subtitles as well, or for the text, for them talking. For the rest of that episode, he's near equal to Frieza to build up hype for the next episode. Episode 24. This is where Frieza begins teasing that he is holding back millions of his power level from Bobby, if that makes sense. It displays the terror that Frieza is capable of. This is where Vegeta steps in to face Final Form Frieza after his Zenkai from Krillin. Vegeta, taking confidence to a whole nother level, believes he's the Super Saiyan, of course. I mean, like, we thought Bobby was confident. Vegeta's fucking Vegeta, you know? Vegeta's Vegeta. So, this ties into Vegeta's early character development throughout Dragon Ball Z, claiming to be destined for the Super Saiyan role, only to be taken by Goku, or in this case, Anera. Anyway, episode 25 starts and Vegeta gets his ass beat. You know, what a shocker. Vegeta gets beat. Bobby tries to step in but can't do much, and Vegeta and Dende both die in front of Bobby due to Frieza. Vegeta's dying words are opening up to Bobby, saying that he has a respect for him different than he does to Kakarot or Goku. He respects Anera in a different way. He tries to help him but can do little. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the long line. I am reading off the script. I am trying to be better, okay? I need to be a better YouTuber. Vegeta's dying words, blah blah blah, opening up to Bobby, and places all of his pride into Bobby personally, which he takes very seriously and unleashes the Kaioken times 10 attack to knock Frieza back. The first time Frieza feels pain outside of his own family, and the episode concludes with him sensing Goku and Goku being able to challenge Frieza, beginning another legendary battle. I'm rambling a little bit. I just need to explain throughout the story, and because that helps me explain what I was thinking in the thought processes and everything. So skipping throughout the entire battle with Goku and Frieza. Goku has to charge a Spirit Bomb. He has to play the role of buying him time. Goku launches a Spirit Bomb, fails to kill Frieza, and suffers the ultimate price, which is death. I wanted to change the series drastically because of complaints that it wasn't different enough. So I had Goku die, and Bobby would be the Super Saiyan. I could have had Krillin die, and have both go Super Saiyan. But there's no fun in that, because it'd just be Frieza getting his ass beat by two Super Saiyans who are so much stronger than him. I also have big plans for the Cell Saga that, this all ties into with, Bobby transforming first and everything. His transformation is incredible, and all he can think of is beating Frieza and getting revenge for not only Dende and Goku, but his entire race. A fun fact, actually, that not a lot of people know, but the theme that plays during the transformation, I'll be playing it now in the video, is made by an underrated YouTuber, Sage Mix, who is a team of two who remix mostly Dokkan Battle music. I reached out to them. They had just hit 1,000 subscribers, I believe. They make Dokkan Battle remixes for like any OSTs that drop, and they make more too. They make mostly all Dragon Ball content and everything for like different. They made a Fighters remix and everything. Like, just link in the description if you're interested. But I was their first ever commission, and I paid them good money to make the Super Saiyan theme, and I was involved in making sure it sounded great because I love the Bruce Falconer Goku Super Saiyan theme. It's incredible. It's like, people always talk about Vegeta's Super Saiyan theme, probably because of Team 4 Star, including that more heavily in their abridged series, which probably helped a lot in making Vegeta's theme more over than Goku's. But Goku's Super Saiyan theme is just a work of art, so having them remix it was an honor. It was a joy with talking to them, making it all work and everything, making it sound amazing. Back to the series though. Shout out to Sage Mix. Back to the series. Bobby basically beats Frieza into using his full power, but before that is obviously the famous I am speech. The I am speech needed to be similar to Goku's, but more fierce sounding to represent the change in personality from Goku being a quiet warrior turned into a beast. Instead of that, I needed a beast finally being reawakened into a person. In his speech, he claims he's a Braveheart. Braveheart is a term I really like, and that I put into the title of the last episode in the Frieza saga. I just like the term Braveheart. It's the meaning of it. It just sounds cool to me, you know. So I went with that. He lets out the primal roar. I am the Super Saiyan, and he says Bobby Anera. That is the YouTube channel name. That was the marketing and everything. But not only that, there's a deeper meaning. He's accepting both his earthing side and his Saiyan side, his nurture and his nature. In the Cell Saga, there will be more into this, but it has to do a lot with Vegeta's, or with Anera's respect for Vegeta. And if you actually didn't know, the subtitles, it shows like which character is speaking with the color, and I also added in like just showing the character if anybody ever got confused on who was actually speaking. As soon as he said the I am speech happened, immediately every single text afterwards was Anera instead of Bobby. One thing is that Bobby is my name, my real name. It's kind of awkward calling my character by my name, so I wanted to change it to the username. It makes sense with the story as well because he's accepting his Saiyan side and his respect for Vegeta, and Anera is the Saiyan name. It is a vegetable pun. I mean, it's not originally, it's just arena backwards. That's literally how I came up with it, is I took the word arena and turned it backwards and I got Anera, which is why people think it's arena sometimes. They're like, Bobby Arena, oh my god. But anyway, like I was saying, it's sort of accepting his Saiyan side. So throughout the battle, he continues to embarrass Frieza to the point where he tries to blow up Namek. The battle reaches its climax when Anera defeats Frieza and actually kills him for his race. I wanted to go with this because Trunks is still going to have a prominent sort of role. Even though he doesn't have a Frieza to kill, don't worry, he's still going to be a badass. The scene where he shows up is still going to be insanely sick and everything. It's going to live up to all the hype, don't worry. I thought about it. I'm a big fan of the long-term storytelling. So, just be ready for that. He goes on a speech claiming to be both sides of Goku and Vegeta and continuing to learn his own path in that as well. He wants to create his own... He wants to be more like himself and find himself, other than always being taught to be like Goku, or to be like Master Roshi. And then himself thinking that he needs to be more like Vegeta. He recognizes that Goku and Vegeta are great warriors, and he wants to combine the best parts of both of them and continue his own path. And people, and I had a line that said like Goku is enlightened and is wise, and people are like, Goku wise? You stupid. And I'm like, no. The reason I went with wise and enlightened is because if you don't know, the turtle, or the gi that he wears, the orange and blue one, the symbol that he has, I believe during the Namek Saga, is the Go-gi. The Go-gi. But it's, the symbol is a combination of two Japanese, kanji symbols. One of them means enlightenment, and the other one means wisdom. This is a perfect representation of Goku's character. Enlightenment being the joy he gets from fighting, and wisdom being how he got his power from training with many other mentors. At the end of the day, though, my version of the story is probably different than people were perceiving it to be at the beginning of the series. And I just want to let you all know that I am listening to all the feedback. All the feedback, I'm reading the comments, I am responding to some of them. I'm trying to, take it all in and make the series as good as it can be. Some of the feedback, however, that some of you give, we gotta have this talk right now. Because this pisses me off. It's off. So, because some of the feedback that people gave was like judging the series for creating purposeful flaws in the characters, or not purposeful. That's not the reason they made. They were like, oh, he's too much like Goku. Like I said earlier, I was gonna touch on this more. He's like, oh, he's too much like Goku. He's Goku Part 2. He's Goku Weenie Hut Jr. version. Like, yeah, that's the point. That was literally the point. The reason I made him a reject Goku at the beginning was so that storytelling could evolve his character. Like I said, a character has to have flaws for people to relate to them. And a character that you can relate to is a character that you can get behind, whether it's a villain or if it's a good guy, an antagonist or a protagonist. Either way, if you can relate to them, if they have problems, you can relate to them, because everybody has problems. I can't create a perfect character and expect it to work and to be a good storytelling piece. But anyway, the request for more changes is being taken as well. I'm gonna try to spice up the Cell Saga a little bit. However, there is going to be a big period of time where it's going to be very, very similar, if not the exact same thing, to the Cell Saga. And like I said, like I said with the Namek Saga, I'm going to try to speed through that until the alternate part of the alternate story comes in. However, cool scenes that are in this sort of time frame, such as the, I'm trying to think here, Piccolo versus Cell, or Piccolo versus 17, or Trunks' arrival. All these scenes that are cool that people like, which is why I asked people, hey, what are your favorite scenes, a long ass time ago in my community section. I asked, hey, what are your favorite Cell Saga scenes? It's so that I make sure that I put detail into all the good scenes, like Goku versus 19, all that. Attention will be into the scenes, but I'm gonna try to not make them drag out too long, so that the alternate part of the alternate story can still be good. So you're just gonna have to trust me there. So just don't judge the saga until it concludes. I mean, you can judge it, but just have an open mind and be optimistic, please. The feedback for more original characters was heard as well. I hear it a lot. People really want more original characters. And to be honest with you, this is something I sort of have to tell you. It's that I guarantee you that half the people that suggest more original characters are trying to do that so that they get a better chance in being in the series, because I get so many requests. Hey, can I be in the series? The bottom line is that you likely can't. There are people who star in the series that I chose from my comment section, such as Chalice, who is Master Poop. He was chosen because he was in every single comment section, supporting the videos and everything. And it just sort of worked out, because I met him, he was a cool guy, he was chill, and he was in videos. So, the best way for you to get into a video is by not begging to be in the video. That's definitely not going to help you. Now, back to the main character, or the original character sort of thing. Yes, there will be more characters. There would be more original characters. There was one very early on, it was like a demon or a Bojack or something, I forgot. There will be spin-off sagas. There will be, at the end of the video, which is coming very, very soon, I will reveal a spin-off saga. But it's going to take place before the Cell Saga begins. And movies with never-before-seen characters. So there will be original characters. More of them. So I can guarantee you that. So just, you know, all the feedback is being taken and considered and everything. So I hope you enjoy the series. It takes lots of effort and thought and just everything and ability and willpower to create these videos, so please be patient. I'm trying to upload an episode a week, at least when dBOG isn't getting updates every other day. The game was in a dead period for a while, and that's when I was working hard on these story videos, but when the game is getting updates, I have to prioritize the updates, if that makes sense. Because my priority one is covering any new updates in dBOG. And informing the community of everything. and the grind and all that and everything. And then priority 2 is story mode, an alternate story. And then recreations and all that sort of good stuff. The series will continue, and I hope you all enjoy the next saga. The next saga, before the Cell Saga or the Android Saga begins, is called the Galactic Mafia's Terror Arc. I hope you enjoy it. It's an original saga that I thought of. It's gonna have a lot of new characters. Hopefully they'll be interesting enough for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this. How long was this? Fucking 25-minute video. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Feedback is being read. And I hope you enjoy this new saga coming up. It's and there's also a movie coming up. A pretty good one. So, I mean, I haven't recorded it yet. I don't know if it's gonna turn out good or not, but fucking hell, it better. Big plans. Big plans is all I can say. So, yeah, have a nice day, everybody.